This is IQMZ Tech, episode 4, recorded Saturday, the 15th of September, 2018.
Yo, what up? It's your boy, JJ Stone, a.k.a. Doctor.
And I'm Anthony Lemos, a.k.a. Shameless Amos.
Shameless, aimless, nameless.
Yes,
or
all the
whatever
things.
I find that rhymes with those things.
Right.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. It's actually not tonight for you. It's today.
Right. As viewers can see from the open window behind me, it's nice and sunny. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon here in Alaska.
And just side note, beside the story, I was just, I just got hacked on one of my Twitter accounts and I didn't know it. And I feel bad about it because I haven't been hacked ever. So this is the first time that they got me. And at least it's harmless. They're not putting out porn on my Twitter or anything like that. They're just spitting out orange juice quotes and movie quotes from China or something. So I have no idea what's going on, but I'm going to fix it right after the show.
That's its own thing, though. That's something just in and of itself. Getting hacked on Twitter or whatever, where something's just automatically posting to your account. It's just a sign of our times. Like, it's going to happen eventually to everyone.
Like I said, my passwords are so good, though. I can't get my passwords.
Yeah, never underestimate the power of a Chinese bot.
Yeah. Like, I give out one of like one of my old passwords that isn't on anything anymore. Like I would use like Gigamane, like, and I put a number behind it like 44. So it's like instead of JZ, it'd be like JEGGIEMANE 44. Like nobody's ever going to think of Gigamane 44. Nobody. But I have passwords like that where I just have all ghetto crazy stuff misspelled. You can never get it.
I use LastPass, so if anybody ever cracks the LastPass algorithm for randomly generating passwords, I'm screwed because all of my passwords are just randomly generated LastPass passwords.
So far, I let Google and Apple handle my passwords. That's pretty much how I roll with that. Like Chrome now is saving all my stuff across Chrome, but I should use LastPass. I'm just lazy. I know that it's great. I know that it's useful. I know that it's secure. But at the same time, like you said, somebody gets to the LastPass, they're taking all my funds offshore accounts. I can't have that. I got to have my stuff separated. You're laughing, but it's true.
Hey, you mentioned Chrome saving passwords. It's turning 10 right now, and it's got some new features coming in. A few things. I finally updated this morning. Are you on the latest version of Chrome?
I am, and it's annoying to me for a whole lot of reasons. So, you want to just scroll down and read what the new features are, what they say is great and exciting about it?
Sure. There's a new look, which is something I actually agree with. I like it. I like the new tabs. That's something I didn't think I'd like, but I do. I haven't tried it on the other devices yet, but anytime Google reinvents their aesthetic, it gets cleaner. It gets lighter, as in like less data being used. And this is one area that I've almost always agreed with them on, that when they change things as far as the aesthetic goes, it works out really well.
It does feel good when you look at it. When you use it, you do feel good. Yeah. They say things got faster. I don't know about that. Like my uncle, see, this is the thing I hate. People that don't know about technology, when things change, start freaking out. Like I have people call me. My uncle's like, "Did you change the computer?" I'm like, "What? Did you change my email? My email is not the same. It don't look the same." And I'm like, "I didn't do anything." And this was, I thought you had to opt in, but they were just automatically changing some people over. So now, since it looks good and it's so fancy, but he has a slower internet connection, it takes forever for his email to load now.
Yeah.
And then when he clicked at the bottom and he loads a simple loader, it looks like garbage. So he's like, how do I get back to my old? I was like, those days are done. Like, this is what it is. You need to upgrade your email. So the jazzy look is great, but the jazzy look also does not make it faster if you had a slower internet connection, because the way it was before, it loaded a lot quicker with slower internet connections.
Yeah, but at the same time, they've been phasing that in for quite a while now, and I jumped on it a long time ago, and I still have to revert back to the simple version, like when I'm checking my Gmail at work and things like that, because network network traffic or whatever just gets convoluted and it's slow. The basic version, it looks like crap, but man, is it functional and it's fast.
Oh yeah. Oh, it flies like the Dickens. It's like the wind. It's quick.
But yeah, I can see how that can be confusing for some people.
Especially older people and just, people that aren't tech savvy. I had at least 6 people call me talking about what happened to the internet. And I'm just like.
Like the old AOL days when everything was AOL, but that was the internet, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, nothing happened to the internet. It's an update. It's okay.
They say smart answers directly in your search bar is the headline here. Essentially, you start typing and you don't have to hit enter to see results. But hasn't this been the case for I don't know, ever?
I feel like they're trying to say it does a better job than it's a new thing. It's definitely not a new thing. It just does a better job is what I feel like they're trying to say.
It seems the same to me, though. I tried it out on a few things, and it really, maybe I was just optimally using it before. Maybe I'm a Google Food master or something, but
yeah,
it just, I don't know, it seems the same.
Yeah, I put in really obscure things when I'm searching for stuff, so I'm always impressed when it finds what I'm looking for. Like, black girl singing 1,000 miles, do.
Right, yeah.
It goes out and it finds it. So
yeah,
things just got personal, and then they tell you what's under the hood, and what's under the. Oh, you know what my other issue is I'm having with it? Flash. I keep enabling Flash. I keep saving Flash, and every time I run certain sites, it keeps telling me Flash is not enabled. Enable Flash. So that's a bug that has to get fixed because it's driving me crazy.
Okay. So first of all, the bug isn't that Chrome has a problem with Flash. The problem is the bug is whatever site you're going to is still using Flash. That's got to go.
That is a complete and worthless argument to have.
Welcome to 2010. Get rid of Flash.
Look, if Apple can innovate stuff from 10 years ago, we can still roll Flash, okay? Flash is still. Do you know what the main flagship of it that's bothering me is? I believe Fios and Xfinity still run on Flash. So when I want to watch live TV and I have to go through 3 steps to reload Flash, it's driving me crazy. Yes, we shouldn't be on Flash. I fully understand that. But we are. And the biggest argument of why we should be on Flash everywhere is because if the porn industry can do it, everybody could do it.
The only time I've had to use Flash in probably the last 6 months was watching HBO Now. And they still use Flash on there. And it blew me away. I was like, what? Why? How?
I believe all the major TV contracts use Flash still.
There has to be something better, right? There's got to be why are we still using Flash? Why are we? Yeah, it just bothers me.
Adobe will not let it die, and it's just the way things are built, and it is what it is. Why can't we have both? Why can't all things be true? Why can't we leave Flash alone? We should stop bullying. Don't you listen to the First Lady? Bullying should stop.
Adobe is making Flash hard because now Flash isn't even a primary output source. You have to go into menus to create videos in Flash or to do anything in Flash. Even Adobe has deprecated Flash to the point where it's more difficult to produce content in Flash, and yet certain places still hold on to it. Let it go, let it die, put it out to pasture, let it have its natural end of things.
Try not to cuss on our show. You need to shut the LL Cool J up, okay? Flash is what Flash is, and we can never change Flash. And in fact is, I have to have Flash because they're doing Flash, and they're flagships of the internet, so we must suffer, and Chrome must fix it.
No,
because I am too lazy to re-click and double-click and download-click again.
Yeah, you are, but H.265 needs to come in. Let's do this.
Please, look, I don't, like I said, the porn industry just needs to work with every other major flagship. They just start changing stuff overnight. Another thing that didn't get me too upset because I stopped using it a while ago, but Google is going to be shutting down Inbox app, and people were in an uproar, had their panties in a bunch. Mini violin. A lot of people use that app. I used to use it a lot. It had a lot of great features in it. I feel like it was Google's playground for ideas where hey, let's put this in the car. If it don't start, we don't care. It's not our first car. It's the backup. It's the kid's car. So, and then they started taking the things that people use and like the most and put it in to Gmail. So I've already adapted to it, but a lot of people love it. And Google does what it does. It shuts things down.
As we were talking before the show, I've not found an email client that really answers all of my needs and is usable in all circumstances. So on my phone, I just use the normal Apple iOS mail client. At home, I use Gmail on the internet, like through Chrome. On my Mac, I have it into the mail app there. Email is just one of those things that no one has provided a solution that's universal that everyone can use. Because even when they try to like group conversations together, then you go to a different client and they're all jacked up and like your replies aren't in the same place. And it's just leave email alone and leave it as it is. Stop trying to innovate it because it's just a really shitty early messaging service that we're still using. Get your ass onto Slack and Discord and just move on with life because those are far superior for half the stuff we use email for anyway.
Again, you need to shut up about what you talk about. You think the future. Just shut up. Email is email, and it's never going away, ever. And this is what we had to deal with. Secret fact, I use all the same things you do, but I do use the Gmail app on my phone because I got a lot of Gmail accounts. And I do. Don't tell anybody. If you're listening to the audio, I'm turning my head side to side, looking to make sure nobody's sneaking in the house, listening to me right now. You can't see me. I use Thunderbird still.
Oh, look at you.
I'm still on that Thunderbird from Mozilla because basically I just save and archive a lot of stuff that I've got a lot of old things and I just don't want to lose. So once a month I go on Thunderbird, hit that refresh, and then take it offline just in case the internet goes away. You ain't never gonna take my shine. I still got my emails from '08, player. It ain't never gonna die. I got mine.
But overall, for the loss of Inbox, I don't know that either one of us are necessarily heartbroken over it. So yeah, not so much.
I don't care. You don't care. We don't care.
Now, something everyone should care about, though, is Facebook and their 2 billion trillion gazillion users every single day, like all the time. I think these people are just zombies. Like if you're one of these Facebook zombies, I'm sorry for you. But there's talk about breaking Facebook up because it's just too big.
Now, obviously, if you're a person that is into tech, you kind of know what they're talking about. But in general, when you say Facebook is too big, it sounds so stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not like the Rockefellers with oil and gas at the pump. So they're basically saying the fact that WhatsApp is really the thing that you would have to separate in my mind. Them saying Instagram needs to be separate, Messenger needs to be separate. Like, what are you talking about? They all work together, but too big to fail for what? There are other options to talk on the internet, and you don't have to use Facebook. But at the same time, everyone's using Facebook. So breaking them up, I mean, other than WhatsApp, because it's a way to communicate, especially for people internationally, more people use that internationally. I think the Facebook Messenger or anything else like that. So I kind of understand, but what's breaking it up going to do? Like, what do they really think? Oh, Facebook's too big. They control too. These are things you opt into. I need gas to get everywhere. I need fuel to get everywhere. You know what I mean? Microsoft at the time when there was no Apple, when there was no Chromebook, when there was no, yes, you got to break Microsoft up because they are the computer industry. You know what I mean?
Right.
They run your defense systems. They run everything.
Even that didn't happen. Like I see this Facebook talk the same kind of way that I saw Microsoft back in the day. Yeah, it was a virtual monopoly. They didn't have the entire market, but they had such a huge share of it that you had to control them in some way. In which case, with Microsoft, it was a matter of not directing them how to proceed with their business. You had to install other browsers or make them available from the get-go, and you had to you couldn't have certain options right off the bat. People had to opt into it, and I think Facebook really needs to be the same way. You don't need to like break Facebook up itself. I really think that if you just stop Facebook from acquiring new companies that have competing technologies, aka use antitrust law the way that it was intended from the very get-go, then everything will be fine. Because once you have, they've already made mistakes of letting them buy Instagram, letting them buy WhatsApp and things like that. Well, don't let them buy anything else. So the next time there's an upstart, next time there's a major thing going along, they have to leave them alone. They can't mess with them and just let them flourish and let them compete. And
they did nothing to impede or slow down or make Facebook waver in those purchases. And that's the government's fault from there. They just think, again, Facebook is already as big as it was, and you allow them to acquire a company for $2.2 billion and nobody bats an eye. It goes through in 10 days. That's a personal problem.
Yep.
So, yeah, you're right. Going forward, restrict their usage because, again, things also fail. They bought a lot of companies that just fizzled out and haven't done anything. Maybe they use their technology the same way Twitter tried to buy Vine, and then Vine just died. So, I mean, it is what it is. I don't see anybody breaking up Amazon anytime soon or Walmart, and they have a physical monopoly on the internet and day-to-day.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you would think that Walmart and Amazon are fighting each other, but they also just acquire and destroy so many small businesses. It's insane. So that's something I'd be more focused on breaking up. Amazon, Walmart, things like that before I'm worried about Facebook. But I would agree not to let Facebook, no more toys for you. You can't buy anything else. No new iPhone Max, Facebook. You can't upgrade this year. You got to wait.
I agree the same way with Amazon and Walmart as well. Like all you have to do is just control them, stop them from enveloping other things. Like Walmart, maybe their distribution stuff should be separate from the main front-facing company. I can see there's a physical separation there. There's a way that you can separate that. But Amazon, they deal in digital goods. You're gonna break their warehousing away from their system.
Well, again, which the same thing you said. So my friend makes a special pipe fitting. He's the only one in the world that makes it. They have a patent to make it or something stupid. They send them out to the world. Amazon comes in, they buy 5,000 parts. Then they buy 25,000 parts. Then they buy 100,000. After the fourth or fifth year, they're like, hey, how about you keep running the factory? We just buy your factory for, $5 million or whatever.
Yep.
Next thing you know, now he's churning out more pieces than he ever made because they said, oh, screw your patent and keeping it finite. We're going to start selling it to everybody. So you see what I'm saying? Like this guy had a good business and now he's basically leaving his business because he's like, look, I sold to them anyway. I'll let them hire somebody to come in here because I don't like the way things are being run and they're running my people into the ground, but they don't want to expand the business because they're selling it through themselves. So they do things like that. Walmart does that too. They'll find a mom and pop shop. Oh, you make this cool hat? Sure, I'll buy all 500. Mm-hmm. The next year they'll buy 5,000. So the person says, oh, heck, we're going to start building hats for Walmart. We're not going to sell them out the way to our people we used to sell to. We'll just go through Walmart. Yep. Then Walmart's like, gotcha, bitch. And then they drop the price on you by 50%, and you have no more customers besides Walmart, so you have to deal with the price that they gave you unless you want to start all over again. So they crush small businesses all the time, and that's something that they should be looking into. This
is how the optical the optical companies in America operate anyway. That's why Oakley's are a shit brand now because the one company owned all the outlets. They told Oakley, we don't want to pay your prices. Oakley said, screw off. And they said, okay, we're not going to carry you anymore. And Oakley's price dropped because now they didn't have a distribution channel. And then they bought Oakley because it was pennies on the dollar. Like all you have to do is find a way to stop innovation by way of acquisition. Just stop that. It doesn't seem that hard. Of course, we're just the simpletons down here at the bottom trying to scrape for our own stuff. So I'm sure there's bigger things. Yeah, exactly.
The American way.
Oh man, speaking of the American way, Alex Jones, this dude, he goes and gets himself banned from all kinds of stuff, but Twitter not so much. Twitter hadn't quite banned him yet, because apparently Jack Dorsey, CEO of Twitter, intervened and said, no, we need to keep that boy on.
So this story is semi-old now because now Twitter has banned him.
Right.
And I hate saying this for people that don't know. I've been on Alex Jones' show twice. And hearing him say my name is so amusing. The old doctor. I have the old doctor here. It's Oh Doctor. The Oh Doctor. Oh, and JJ Stone. It's funny. I was in studio with him. I saw the fire behind the curtains. I don't want to call it magic. I saw the fire behind the curtains. A very interesting operation. He is the anti Gary V. Besides being positive and just being a good salesman, he's a great salesman. He's selling a product, and that product is fear and rage and anger and a different voice than the mainstream voice. I personally do not like the fact that he's been banned from everything. Mm-hmm. I feel like as much as he says outlandish things and crazy things and all that jazz, I feel like he should have a place to say it, which he does. His own website, his app went through the roof when he started getting banned, so he still has listeners, even though they've fallen. But he has a way to get out to his people, and he was building before social media. He had a following and a network and was making money and all that stuff. But I just don't like the fact that the internet turns him off, even though the thing he didn't understand is these places are free. Facebook is free. YouTube is free. It's not a service. It's not like you are making car payments every day and they come up and say, you're a Nazi, I'm taking back your car. Can't do that because I'm paying for the car. But if I say here, the car is free as long as you're not a Nazi or a crazy person. If you become a crazy person, I'm going to take the car back. You can't get mad when they take the car back because it's free. You don't own it. Yeah. So that was the thing he just fully wasn't understanding in his ranting and raving. And he finally went to Capitol Hill and he just lost his mind and said that some of the crazy outlandish things, the conspiracy, the CIA, the snipers are coming to get him, the frogs are turning the water gay. And Twitter was like, you know what? That's it. So now he's not on anything.
Yeah. And for me, this is a matter of Twitter was making the hard stand. It's a platform for free speech. Okay, cool. You do what you want with your platform. It's your platform. If I don't appreciate what you do with your platform, I will leave your platform. That's how this works. That's why I'm not on Facebook very often, because I don't like what they're doing with the data and everything else. I just go there for a chuckle when I'm, not doing anything else. But you left him there. He had you Twitter continued to give him that opportunity to use the platform as his sounding board. And he kept pushing it further and further. And I don't know if he felt he was invulnerable to it or if he just didn't think that Twitter would have the gall to shut him down. But when you start ranting and raving on a live stream against public figures, government figures, he's going to push the envelope a little too far eventually, which is what he did. And boom, gone. And I fully support Twitter shutting. I fully support anybody shutting anybody down, including you shutting me down on this podcast like you want to do. It's a matter of you got to you got to know your limits. And if you push your limits too far, you get shut down. That's just how life is. That's welcome to the American way.
And that's the thing that was funny, because when everybody else shut him down and Twitter didn't, he was pro Twitter's for free speech and he was saying all the right things and he was fine. And Jack was letting it ride. And then he got on a plane and he went to D.C. and then he got in front of real media, CNN, Fox, NBC, MSNBC, BBC, everybody was there. And then he started talking about the CIA and the snipers and the killers, and they're coming after him and they're going to kill Jack Dorsey for giving him a platform. And he just started talking so crazy. I'm like, dude, you were getting by toning back your rhetoric and you had a place to do Periscope and post your post. But then as soon as like you said, there's limits. As soon as you start talking crazy stuff in front of real media, now, again, giving them a bigger platform. CNN, Facebook, everybody's saying what you're saying. Yeah, it's great. Shut them down. Fake news. And then what do? They put microphones in front of the man and broadcast them all over the globe.
Yep.
Why even give him the airspace? Why even report it? Why even report the crazy things he was saying in front of that podium? I wish I would put the video for that to show the things that he was saying. But you literally just did for him what you were saying you didn't want him to do anymore, and you were applauding. You gave him a platform. They're saying his numbers are down, 700,000 views or whatever. But like I said, he is a salesman and he's going to sell. And this will play to his base of they don't let us, and free speech isn't free speech. So, oh, well, like I said, you can't find it anymore. Oh, never mind. I was going to say you can YouTube me on Alex Jones show. I still have so many weird fans from that couple episodes. But anyway. You can't find it anymore because they deleted all the stuff. So hey, I was never on Alex Jones.
But would you go on Joe Rogan?
I would love to go on. Well, pause. I would very much appreciate to be on the Joe Rogan podcast. Let me just say it out loud like that. For you almost tricked me trying to catch me in a fumble. I see what happened there. I see what you did.
If I'm not setting you up, then there'll never be a spike. So Elon Musk goes on the Joe Rogan podcast and has. So I've been critical of the way that Elon Musk speaks publicly. Highly intelligent individual, doesn't seem. It's almost like right now, his mind is going faster than his mouth can keep up, and he's going 1,000 miles a minute. And he just sounds bumbling on stage. It sounds like someone who's never been through any sort of public speaking class. And then he goes in Joe Rogan, lights up, and everything slows down. And then Joe Rogan is suddenly the guy speaking really, really fast while Elon Musk is just like answering the questions. And I got to tell you, this is the first episode of Joe Rogan that I genuinely enjoyed. But I'd never want to watch it again because it was painful at the same time that I was enjoying it.
So, Elon Musk is a virgin with Albert Einstein brain. He's, it's not that he just doesn't know how to talk to people. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know how to relate to real life things. So when he gets mad, it's nerd mad. Oh, you're a pedophile. You're like dogs. What can I say to hurt you? Because I have emotions. So it's just like, okay, dude, you're really smart. And that was Steve Jobs' problem. He was so smart, but he knew enough to say, hey, I'm going to get somebody to teach me how to speak on stage. I'm going to practice it for 3 months before I go out there so that I seem like a cool, charismatic, smooth individual. And maybe he was. But he was also an evil genius dictator that people despised as much as they loved him. I mean, not like he treated his kid like she was anything. So, I mean, that's this for that. Now, as a father, I'd say, hey, you can't deal with your kids, but you got men out here drooling and crying all over you. Get out of my face. But Elon Musk is that like times 3 because he's a megalomaniac genius. So it's just hard for him to come down and deal with real people. That interview was cool because, he smoked weed, man. But he was almost relatable, even though they weren't talking about shit. If I was Rogan and he was high, I had so many more questions I'd have asked him. Like, he fluffed him and blew his bubbles and was so nice to him. I mean, I guess it is hard because when do you get a chance to sit down with Elon Musk? Like, if I got to do Doc Tales and I got Elon Musk, I would lose my mind. But I would ask him, hey, when's the last time we got in a fight? Hey, when's the last time you cried? Like, you all right? You ever cry? You ever get sad about stuff? You need a hug? Like, there are so many more things that when he was smoking that blood halfway through it, once he made that face that's in the memes of, he was fucked up. Like, he was gone. You could ask him pretty much anything, but Rogan was nice. And like you said, he started talking so much faster and just running his mouth about nothing.
Yeah.
That as epic as that was, I feel like it was wasted. I feel like the interview was wasted.
Yeah.
And if you've seen it, you know exactly what we're talking about how you don't want to watch it again and how I feel like opportunity was wasted. But we'll link it up so you can watch it if you want to. But yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a bad interview in that it does at least give you somewhere inside the mind of Elon Musk when he's not at his fully guarded position. So there's some value to it, but man, it's just there could have been. I really feel there could have been so much more gained from that interview with or without the blunt. Like, is just I don't.
But you need
know.
the weed. You need the weed to get him loosed up because he's, like I said, he's a machine.
Yeah.
I went to one of my best friends got married, and at his wedding I gave the speech and I said, look, he's a machine. Like, I call him once a year. I tell him I love him. Like I said, I looked at the bride. I'm like, how often does he say he loves you? And she just laughs because he just doesn't say it. He loves her, but he doesn't say it. So I'm like, you got to tell him to tell you, hey, tell me you love me. Like, say it out loud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't say it to his parents because some people are just built that way. Again, he's an engineer, really, really smart guy, giving guy, caring guy, but he's just a machine. Like, oh, that's not practical. Why would you do that? because you do that shit for friends and family. That's why you do it, not because you want to.
Yeah.
My fat butt don't want to get up out here coaching my kid, but I do it because she's my kid. You know what I mean? I don't want to be out there in the heat sweating, running around the field with the kids. I want to be sitting in the shade like the other punk parents that don't do nothing. But Elon is just so smart. It's also detrimental to him because he doesn't get people. And you can have all that vision, but if you can't keep people employed and keep the right talent around, which he's losing talent left and right, then your visions will not be fulfilled. So he needs, you know what, Elon, you need me. You need a black friend.
He needs a life coach.
I roll around with you everywhere. I hang out. You know what I mean? You can yell at me. I'll translate to the people. You see what I'm saying? You're like, oh, they're fucking up and I can't stand it. I'm like, hey, you know what? How about you just go back in there, fix it, order a couple pizzas, hang out tonight and get it done, and tomorrow it'll get fixed, all right? Cool. I'll pay for the pizzas. It ain't no big deal. I'm robbing it blind. All right, they're going to fix it. They'll be done by tomorrow morning, Elon. Oh, they'll be done by tomorrow morning? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, he needs somebody. He needs, like, that translator, anger translator from Key and Peele. The president. You ever see that?
Yep.
That's what Elon needs. That's what Elon needs. ASAP. I'm here for the job. I got you.
The Tesla translator. You're working on that.
I want a Tesla so bad. When I get money and like good money, like so much money that I'm not going to talk to you anymore, and I'm going to hire like a female version of you, 2.0. Like when I get that kind of money, I'm gonna get me a Tesla and I'm just going to drive all over the place. I want a Tesla really bad. I do.
I've never ridden in one. I've never seen the inside of one in person, but there's a couple of them that drive around here.
They're not comfortable. I want the SUV version because I'm a little bit bigger. But they do zoom. Like my buddy has a Hellcat, and it's man, you got to drive in one. So my buddy has a Hellcat.
I got a drive in one. Is that when you imagine driving, but you're actually riding?
Yeah, ride. Yeah, because if you don't, I mean, nobody's gonna really let you drive it. They might let you ride in it. So that's why I put that together for you. I'm too fast for you. You gotta understand. Megalomaniac mind right here.
Right.
But anyway, what I'm saying,
clearly,
this video you can watch a Hellcat versus a Tesla, and the Hellcat is just American muscle, 800 horsepower. This thing is a screaming demon. Oh, it's just so big, and you feel the road. Everything about it screams, "I'm a man." You get in the Tesla, and it's like, pew! It's like spaceship. Like you really feel like you're floating on air. So it's you don't feel like a man when you're in it, but you feel fast. You feel like an alley cat. So it's interesting. You got to get in one.
So it's an electric Fiero.
Yeah,
because Fieros, man, they look like crap, but you sit in them and it feels like you're on a skateboard going 90 down the freeway. So,
well, that's because they're so small too. Everything like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Because you're literally 3 inches above the ground. Like if you hit a rock wrong, your butt's going away.
Oh. I had an owl the other day. I almost cried. I felt so bad. If I hit squirrel, rat, dog, raccoon, I mean, I saw a fox that night too.
Yeah.
There were so many animals out. I was coming from the boonies of PA, but I had an owl flew that low right into my headlight. Poof. And I'm like, owl, why would you do that? Like, I could have hit an eagle or a bird or a red robin, anything. Owls are precious. You never really get to see owls out in the wild, hanging out. So I felt really bad about that. But anyway, we got any other stories? Are we done for today?
What you don't want to do is you don't want to hit an owl with your Tesla where you're smoking a blunt with with Joe Rogan.
That'd be so bad. Oh man, Joe
Rogan's driving down the road, checking his email on the inbox app that's about to go away, and
making his way downtown,
riding his Tesla with Elon Musk in the passenger seat, smoking a blunt, and he hits an owl on the way home. Like that's the takeaway from this episode. Don't be that guy.
Yeah, and matter of fact, I can't even have a Tesla because I put a bubble rubber band condom all around that thing. Like I need that thing safe. I don't want anybody touching it. Can't anybody look at it. My daughter wouldn't even be allowed to ride in it. She'd have to ride in that little back seat that faces the other way. She can't even look at my car. She has to look out the back window. So I don't even want a Tesla anymore. I'm sorry. Unless you're going to do one for free, Elon. I should buy a website. Elon, let me be your friend, and I'll work for a Tesla. Nobody will quit on you ever again.com.
Wow. That might be taken.
See it.
That might be.
He's got to have Google alerts.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, Give me a free Tesla's taken.
Oh yeah.
What? It's available. I'm buying it.
All right, and so this is that's it for this episode of IQMZ Tech. Owen, where can people find you, man?
At Odocta on the Twitter, IQMZ.com for any latest episodes and other podcasts that I'm doing, and not at IQMZ on Twitter until I find out who the Agent Orange hacker is to get my account back that I rarely use.
And you can find me at Ethan Caine, ETHANCAINE, or go to ritualmisery.com for all things that I do on the webs.
Catch you guys next week.
Peace.